Hi there, Craig here from Tier-One, and today I'd like to talk to you about our tactical and hunting bipod line. Now, just before we get started, just to clarify to everybody, all weapons used in the demonstration have been checked clear, no ammunition in, etc., no live rounds, so please don't put in your comments, weapons haven't been checked or anything, so there we go. Right then, so to start off, we have our tactical bipods and evolution bipods. Now, tactical bipod, we offer these, same as the evolution, in full aluminium configuration or carbon fibre legs, whichever is your preference there. Now, probably about a 20 gram weight penalty for using the aluminium. Now, with the tactical bipod, you've actually got a choice of tilt only or pan and tilt. So those are your two options there. In the evolution, they're literally tilt only. So there's no panning feature on the evolution bipod. Now, what we've introduced from 2022 model year are quite a host of new features with these bipods. So let me just talk you through those. Now, most of these features are common to both versions of the bipod. So starting with the standard tactical bipod, this is the carbon fibre short leg. We do short legs and long legs, 50 millimeters difference in leg length there. So what we've made difference between our previous generations of bipod is the new versions, we can actually lock in at 45 degrees as well as 90. There you go. And once they're at 90 degrees as well, they're actually they're on a hard stop. So you've no problems if you really like to load your rifles, which I know some people do. There we go. So also the legs now, pull them out to length, whatever you like. Now if you need to deploy them in a hurry, what you can do, you can just pull them without pressing the button and that will work as well. Say you've got a wounded beast on the hill or something like that and you just need to get your bipod legs down as fast as you can. You know, you just bump, bump, there you go, away you go. So again, like I say, that's common to both. What you can also do, like we introduced previously, we can actually swap out our feet quite easy. So I've just used the bullet head there. So you've actually got a little detent in the bottom of your leg there, so you can actually do this in darkness. You can do this by feel as well. We had some customers come on saying it would be advantageous if they could actually swap legs out or add leg extensions or whatever, but in total darkness. So we've added a little bit of a tactile feel to that, so you can tell where the places where you need to be pressing the bullet in or whatever, and you can actually remove and put the accessories in. So we've got the feet removed there. We've got the leg extension here, accessories. Again, these work on both versions of bipod. So this will increase the length of the leg by approximately 50 millimeters, and then we can just, again, click the foot back in. There's the other one, and it really is, it's just that quick. Straight in, there you go, think, and there's your foot back in, and click into position. So now you've got a short leg bipod there, which is actually the same length. If I can show you, here you go, as the standard long bipod. So obviously if you put the leg extensions on the long bipod, you've got extra length there as well. So all our bipods now come with our new quick detach system, our new smooth lock system. Now the advantage of this over how most people do it is it's actually very, very repeatable. Not such a big issue for a bipod if I'm honest, but when used on a scope mounting system, we use exactly the same system on our QD scope mounts, and it really does ensure maximum repeatability. So because it's exceptional, this is why we've moved it onto the bipods as well. We just want to give you guys the best possible features. As goes accessories with these, you can also, we should have one on here, to adjust the tension, you can use a pod lock there, again that's the option there. Or alternatively, we have the tilt tension key which fits in there, and you can adjust your tension up like that if you don't want the pod lock on there. So there we go. Now, let me put this still in that position. So fitting this bipod onto a rifle. So we fit it, open the QD lever straight up there. We get the weapon. Like I say, these have been checked clear, so there's nothing to worry about there. Place it on and lock it up like that. Now, obviously we're aware that some Picatinny rails are different dimensions, so what we've got on here we have a little adjustment knob there which can take up any slack, or if it's too tight on your rail you can slacken it off a little, just so you get that perfect tension. And then it's a case of lever clicks in, and it has got an anti-tamper thing, so it won't actually come off if you snag it in your clothing or anything. If you do happen to snag it and make it come off, what you can do, it will only go to the centre, so it slackens it off on the rail, but it will not detach from the weapon. Again, just another safety thing. It's an expensive bipod, you don't want to be leaving it on the hill or in some trees or whatever. So if you want to take it off totally, you take it to the next stage, which is fully off, and there you go. So that's just quite a nifty little feature there. And let me bob that back on. There you go. And there we go. So as I've said, 0 or 45 degrees. There you go. So you can get lower down for your shots if you're shooting uphill, downhill, etc. Or fully deployed up to 90 degrees. And there we go. Worth mentioning, you can operate all these controls very, very silently should you need to. Okay. Again, deploying the legs. Bearing in mind this has got the leg extensions fitted now. And there you go. So you've got quite a tall bipod there. You really have. So, and because you can adjust it to 45 degrees, then you can pretty much configure it to any height that you actually need it at. So there's the tactical bipod. So moving that to one side. For the hunting rifles, you can fit the tactical on there, absolutely no problem. But you can also fit the Evolution. Now, I really like the Evolution bipod for a hunting rifle scenario, especially when it's put on a heavy recoiling rifle. Now, this rifle's a 300 Remington Ultra Mag. Big banger, got a really big kick to it. To be honest, not a particularly nice rifle to shoot, unless you love recoil. Some people do, I don't. So, again, putting the bipod on couldn't be easier. There you go, that's locked nice and smooth. Now, the first thing you'll notice here is the legs of the bipod are in line with the centre axis of your bore, your barrel bore. Now, what this feature does is, if I deploy the bipod there, exactly the same as a tactical. Once, with the bipod being in effect underslung now, all your recoil forces when you shoot are directed straight back. It stops the rifle flipping, muzzle flip, etc. So quite often, although you do get a shove back, which you're going to do on a calibre like this, you actually can still maintain your sight picture. Very, very good feature about this bipod. Only really get it on the underslung bipods, on the proper underslung bipods. Now, worth mentioning, most underslung bipods, they don't rotate around the barrel. This one rotates around the barrel. Most of them are on a pivot point, so you'll get to a certain angle and the leg will hit your barrel. Again, you're not going to get accurate shots in that situation. So, but with this, you've never any danger of it hitting your barrel. It always just rotates around a central pivot point there. Very, very nice feature. Again, you can lock the cant up. You can lock it up solid if you prefer, or you can put a pod lock on it, same as the others. You've also, again, you've got 45 degrees, so you can adjust it for pretty much any shooting situation. And when it's stowed out of the way, it's completely, you've not got a big bipod stuck under there to dig into your shoulder when you carry it. Most of it's completely out of your way there. Just a nice looking thing as well, but the functionality of it, absolutely superb. So that's those two bipods there. Now, as regards accessories, again, interchangeable within the full range. You've actually got claw feet here. So again, trusty bullet. We can just press the thing. Claw foot comes out. We can just swap that straight in for the rubber feet if we like. Again, just come straight out with the bullet. If you want to do it in total darkness, again, you've got the nice tactile feel there, and you can just straight in. No tools needed apart from a bullet. If you're not carrying a bullet when you're out shooting, you're not in the right game, to be honest. So there we go. And there you go. As quickly as that, you've managed to swap them out there. So the claw feet are actually combined with the spike feet on this model now. So you've got claws at the end, sorry, you've got claws halfway down and you've got spikes at the end. So there you go. Again, optional accessory there. So optional accessories for this: claw spike feet, you've got the pod locks, you've got the tilt tension key, and you've also got the leg extensions, as you can see there. We've actually also got here, we've got a Picatinny to Arca conversion kit. So you've got your standard Picatinny bipod there, and what you can do, you can actually buy this accessory as a separate item, and this mounts on your Arca rail. Very, very popular with the PRS style of shooting now. I know a lot of the stock manufacturers are offering Arca as pretty much a standard fitment now. So this converts any Arca rail into accepting Picatinny. Very, very low profile, as you can see there, so it doesn't extend your depth down too much. So, and all you'd basically do, you'd attach that onto your Arca rail, you'd put this straight on there. There we go, he says, get it on. Oh, sorry, didn't slacken my thing off enough. Here we go. And then tighten it up, like we say, straight on there, and you've got a very, very low profile. It doesn't add much to the profile of the rifle whatsoever. Again, this will actually work with the Evolution bipod as well as a tactical bipod. That's another accessory for you there. Okay, now the quick detachable system on these is exactly the same as we have on our monomounts. Now, our monomount range, our long saddle monomounts and also our cantilever monomounts have the option now of being quick detachable or being standard screw-on fit. Now, the quick detachable versions, exceptional repeatability. Again, what we do, you've got the same features. This is where it comes into its own as well. So you're slacking it off to the middle. It will be slack on the rifle, but it won't come off. You're not going to lose your scope. There you go. So you take that off. I don't know, put some night vision on or whatever, or even if you're just cleaning it or whatever. As long as you put this mount back in the same slot and, there we go, and push it forward. Very important that you push it forward on the there towards the barrel end, and then nip that up, you should be within half a minute repeatability. Quite often, in fact, I've always found always more accurate than that, but we'll guarantee you half a minute on there. Okay, if you do everything correctly, you put it in the same slots, you do it up to the same tension, don't mess about with your tension, it's got to repeat. Okay, most QD systems will not do that. The way this has been designed and manufactured, it's for repeatability. Also with these monomounts, you've actually got optional accessory rails, etc. So this has got a 0 degree short rail. On this rifle here, you've actually got a 45 degree extended rail. This has got an RMR reflex sight. You may want to put a torch on or whatever. Again, so everything's very modular. You've actually got quite a lot of modularity with all our products. There's a lot of interchangeability there. So worth mentioning as well, as regards the bipod mounting, these only really mount, we do an option to fit on a sling swivel stud, but Picatinny fitting is always preferable for stability. So what we do, we actually offer Picatinny rails, dedicated Picatinny rails of different lengths. This is a long one, we do short ones, to fit underneath your rifle stock there. And all our Picatinny rails for underneath the rifle stock, they actually have a hole for the sling swivel stud. So obviously you'd be removing your sling swivel stud to fit our rail, but it would be replaced by the hole for the sling swivel on the Picatinny rail. There you go. So that's just a nice, another bit of the functionality there. So, and that just about covers everything. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.